Hello, hello, welcome to Dishonored. Dishonored 1, to be precise. I think I started recording a playthrough that was intended to be like the whole Dishonored series. Dishonored plus the DLC, plus Dishonored 2, plus Death of the Outsider. And I think I ended up getting waylaid somewhere through that playthrough. I don't think I ended up uploading all the parts I'd recorded anyway, and I think I did it on PlayStation 4 as well, so we're on the PC version now for this little playthrough. And again, I can't promise I'm going to do the whole game, but I'm going to try and do, that's the intention. We'll do one video per sort of mission or level, I guess the way we know when we've got to the end of a mission is you get a sort of a summary screen at the end. So when we get to that stage, we'll stop this video and then record the next one. So without further ado, let's get going. We'll do it on normal difficulty. I have played through the game on both hard and very hard, but it takes a lot of finessing and a lot of reloading, so to keep this gameplay experience sort of free of too much repetition, we will go with normal, unless it proves to be a little bit too easy and I might pump it up to hard or something, but we'll stick with normal. Change my brightness. Starting a new game. Okay. Returning home, you've just returned from a journey of several months visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the rat plague. You must deliver their diplomatic response to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector.
Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else, and the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace. Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home and bring good news.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it.
Cast off line.
Casting off. We're away. Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague. Ho there! We're going up.
Sealed. Ready.
Turning on the pipes. And she's riding.
Home at last.
Getting pressure. And stop. Shut her down.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Fair voyage, sir.
Okay, so to quickly set the scene,
She's waiting. You should go see the Empress.
we play the Empress's personal bodyguard, the Royal Protector, Corvo Atano. You've just returned home from a trip abroad where you were trying to find news about a possible cure for the rat plague that's plaguing the city of Dunwall. Now, Dishonored, of course, developed by Arcane Studios. Sort of a spiritual successor, or at least nod to the Thief series from Looking Glass, much the same way that their Prey game was to System Shock. Now, after the development of this game, Dishonored, Arcane Studios split their development time between two studios, one based in Lyon, France, the other Austin, Texas. The Austin, Texas one focused on development of Prey. The Lyon studio focused on development of Dishonored 2. And then it was the Lyon studio who were mostly responsible for Deathloop as well. Okay, so we're just gonna, instead of me just sort of doing this overall commentary on every single step of the game, we're just gonna rush through this area. This is sort of it's one of those sort of get you used to the general controls thing. All we're gonna do back here is meet up with the Empress. It'll trigger a cutscene in which she gets assassinated, and then we sort of start the game proper in prison. So let's just quickly run through here.
Yes, the pressure was too low. All these new...
Normally when I'm doing playthroughs of this, I'm stopping to smell all the roses and take a look at all the scenery and explore any possibilities for
Fewer ships moving along the river.
side areas to explore, side content. And there's a little bit of that in Dishonored. Not a huge amount, but a little.
Hello, sir.
Corvo, you're back! Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait!
So this is Emily, the daughter of the Empress, and spoiler, your daughter as well.
Who's that nasty old spy master?
Basically she's asked us, do we want to do a stealth tutorial? We're gonna say no for now, because we're pretty familiar with the mechanics.
Run with me!
Of course, in Dishonored 2, you get a choice of continuing to play as Corvo or as Emily.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been.
They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid.
A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
This is Anton Sokolov. He's sort of like a sort of Leonardo da Vinci-esque character in this sort of world. Painter, inventor, so on and so forth. Here's High Overseer Campbell, one of the instigators of the coup that's about to unfold. We just can't assassinate him now and be done with it, really, but never mind. There'd be no game if we did that.
I'll see you at once.
Hello, my lord.
end up revisiting this place. I can't remember if it's later on in Dishonored 1 or in one of the DLCs. They all sort of... everything is sort of merged together into one big game in my head. But you do come back here later during at night. There's a lot more security patrols around. Okay, let's trigger the...
Sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Again, another of the conspirators.
Days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
Think you'll get your own squad after what happened last night? Yes, of course.
Follow me, Captain. We should leave them alone.
Yes, because you know what's about to happen. I think they closed the gate here to... or do they? Oh no, they don't. Gee, how far can we follow him? Is he going to say anything else that's incriminating?
Lord Protector, I know the Empress will be delighted to have you back.
This guy here, he's sort of... I think he ends up being on your side.
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
Don't know where he's going. Normally I don't go off and follow these people, I just continue and trigger the rest of the cutscene, which we're going to do now, so let's hurry up here.
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What news have you brought? I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Watch the rooftops here, you can see the
What are they doing on the roof?
assassins coming.
Emily, come here.
Okay, combat. Right trigger attack. RB will
Emily, get behind!
defend.
Look out! Another one! Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here... No more! Not again!
Mommy!
No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy! Get away!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one. You'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Lord us all, look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
Okay. So, Coldridge Prison, this is the first sort of proper map. "6 months have passed since you were accused by the Royal Spymaster of murdering the Empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter Emily, the royal heir. Now locked away in Coldridge Prison, time of your execution draws near."
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak. And that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Okay, so it's prison outbreak time. It's a gallows or some sort of execution block over there, which is awaiting me, but
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy?
gonna thwart that.
Someone else.
Some bread, anonymous message. Corvo, who we are is irrelevant right now, just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room, take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river, lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. Good luck, we need you alive for what's to come. A friend. Okay. Well, it's a fairly easy prison break. Do like the art style of this game. It's got a sort of painted sort of look to it. It's a sword. Bit of money, use that between missions to buy equipment. Let's create a little save game there. Did that save properly? Yeah, it did. Just in case. Okay, give us a little stealth mechanic. Okay, this is basically telling us how to take out enemies. You can do it messily or non-messily.
Who killed the Empress and
Lethally or non-lethally.
So it's an occasion. Right. A social event for the high and mighty.
So there's 3 guards back here who in a second after this little
As bad as us betting on the dogfights.
dialogue sequence are all gonna go on their respective routes.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with one...
Now, you can play this game super stealthily or not. There are achievements if you manage to get through the whole game without alerting anyone to your presence and without anyone dying, which I've managed to do in the past.
Tell me again what you'll do if Slackjaw and his Bottle Street boys jump in.
So we've picked up this body here now. We just knocked him out, so he's not dead. So my general sort of way I try and play these games is non-stealthily where possible, but stealthily where possible. But I will resort to combat if need be. So I'm not aiming for a full stealthy playthrough in this playthrough. I mean, we'll try to do it as far as possible, but we're not going for the completely non-lethal. Because you're carrying around these bodies here, you don't want them to be discovered, so you have to leave them somewhere. You have to be careful not to leave them on the ground. If you leave them on the ground, eventually rats will come and consume their body. Don't forget there's a rat plague going on at the moment. So it's just as long as you leave them sort of elevated off the ground like this, then they don't get attacked by rats, and they by the time you come to the end of the level, you don't get a lethal strike against you, because if the guard happens to die by rat, it still counts as a death, and thus spoils your non-lethal playthrough.
Attention, the solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless...
Take out these two.
Escort through the solitary wing.
This one here on the right just sort of moves backwards and forwards.
This is ridiculous. Stupid rats.
We have to time it right so that we have to take this one out on the right first while his back's turned. We have to do it in such a way that the other guy on the left here at the back doesn't notice. And their little animation cycles are a little bit out of sync, so it can take a few cycles for us to be able to do that. Because when you can see him on the left there, he comes down here, but he stays facing this way. Okay, so now we can creep out and get this guy.
No, stupid god.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel...
It doesn't matter too much where I leave these bodies, because I'm not... I'll say bodies, they're not dead yet. Just a force of habit for me to sort of leave them somewhere where the rats won't get them. Okay, so he's coming back here now. You know, these bars is sort of transparent, I think. As far as the guard's line of sight is concerned, I think that's treated as a opaque texture. So of course I was playing Deathloop earlier this morning, so I'm used to the game flashing up a little icon when it's safe to take them out, which of course it doesn't do.
The solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Okay. Have to be careful, because with the physics sometimes they could slip off where they are, albeit very slowly. So it can look like they're frozen, but in reality they're slipping off very slowly. Okay, got a few goodies here. Pistol. Elixir. worth eating food because we got full health. The doors here, you can peer through the keyhole. Let's get an idea of what's beyond the door.
Stupid goddamn.
Pick their pocket. Yeah, I think last time I played this I painstakingly took everybody back to the cell.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews.
Probably put him up here.
By an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance. 1 minute's notice.
I think that counts as a safe. Not gonna get eaten by rats position. Does that work? Hang on, let me just try. I'll just try doing a quick save. Yeah, the quick save worked. Just making sure I have the right key. Yard walkway key. Actually, now we have the yard walkway key. Does that work back here? Oh, we need the cell hallway key. Okay. I don't know if that key actually exists in this level. Maybe we get it a little bit later. Because that area where that gate is, that's sort of where we're going, but we're sort of taking a long way around. Yard walkway, got some more money. Classic piece of contemporary level design, especially for these sort of games, is you always at various points on the level you'll get to a spot where you can sort of preview the next area you're going to be sort of going in, although your sort of field of view is a little bit limited. I don't think any of the enemies have spawned in down there yet.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
I feel guilty if I just leave people to the rats. So that's the yard area we just overlooked. We were sort of up here somewhere. Yard key needed.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the
Still no enemies yet. Once
dignitaries only.
we go back through this door and do something, it's gonna trigger enemies to spawn in that area. Cannot be opened at this time. I think later on in one of the pieces of DLC you come back to Coldridge Prison and get to access some of these places that are inaccessible at this stage of the game. Actually, might not want to put him there because someone's going to spawn here and walk through that door. I don't know if they'll see anyone if I put them up there.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits.
So here's the interrogation room where we were interrogated earlier. Can't jump up there yet. Coins. Got a letter here from the duty officer. Corvo Tano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves, follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next. I've got like a little sort of audio log player here.
Corvo's unconscious again, though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
It's funny how they leave potentially incriminating information on their audio logs. Yeah, they have these sort of books here. You can read sort of extracts from them, a bit like, you know, Skyrim and Oblivion. You can read books there. This gives you a little bit of sort of world building information. Okay, it's the explosive we need. Nothing else. More money. Way low. Taxes are going up.
Unless accompanied by an officer of
Okay, there we go. So
the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
now we have enemies spawned here. Just do a quick save.
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak.
It's telling us how to lean around corners.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. A report's trouble for both of us. I'm moving. Huh?
Yeah, hear that little sort of dissonant harp drum there. That indicates you've been spotted. So in order to do a clean sort of ghost run through the game, do the whole game without being spotted, you can't.
Attention.
You're not allowed any of those little audio stings.
And approved dignitaries only.
Still trying to do death loop controls.
Ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Yeah, I could just ignore this guy and go on to the next area, but
No, stupid.
oops, it's a bit too heavy for that table. A bit too heavy for that
Solitary wing is off limits
tub.
unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Don't think there's anything else in here that's our attention. Let's do a quick save to be on the safe side.
Corvo's execution is tomorrow, right? Yeah, but everything has to be set up today. I can't wait to see.
Okay, so here we are. This is the area back here where my cell was. Okay, I guess the don't need that key anymore. I have to be careful here.
Any chance you'll share your food with me tonight? Shut up. What in the void was that?
Attention! Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
So normally I do this little area stealthily, but I guess that's not gonna happen right now, so sorry guys. Yeah, normally you can sort of sneak in the window here. Didn't let me. Oh yes, because there's glass. Okay, that's, yeah, that makes sense. Can't sneak through the glass. Yeah, so I don't think there's any more enemies in this little area. So we have controls here which open this gate, which is sort of dividing this. It's like this large area here. It does actually continue back here, and you got this gate which is dividing this area in two. So you can open up the gate with the lever. Let's pick up these coins without pulling the switch. And that makes a lot of noise, and well, not that it matters, because the people who could have responded to that noise are, yep. But there's another way you can go if you got these pipes here. You can drop down into this room here. Now there's two guards here. We've got one down here below us. He tends to almost always face this way. And then there's a guard here who just walks backwards and forwards in this back area. Yeah, pause. Save a second. Because you can do like drop kill. I don't know if I need to acquire a specific skill to do this, or if it'll let me do it. Try that again. I'm gonna try it. I did the knockout move there, which didn't work. Let me try it with the kill move. Yeah, so you land on them and stab them, and they become like a soft landing for you. Otherwise I would have lost health there.
Huh?
Sort of suspicious that his little white wispy
Outsider's eyes, I'm getting spooked.
Oops, now he's seen me. Oops. Okay. See, like I said, we try and play this stealthily, and I'm not afraid to get my hands bloody if need be. Now this switch here opens the gate again here. We're going to keep that closed because this is the area where we put the explosive. So we're going to blow this door open. Find out it doesn't have a switch or a control nearby, I'm not sure. Oh, here's a trash bin where you can put dead bodies or unconscious bodies. Yeah, because once this explodes and this door's open, it's going to spawn some more guards to come running from this area. So as long as this door's closed, that sort of delays them a little bit. So we'll do that. Let's press quick save. Because what I normally do is plant the bomb and hide in here, and that's normally okay. But there's like certain positions you can stand in here where the explosion gets you. So you have to sort of be careful, but as long as we're right at the back here, well, we should be okay. You see this door starts opening, so we're going to run this way. And there's sort of guards down below there. But we're going to jump in this little lake area here. And here's the exit to the sewers. So we've evaded them. They haven't detected us. That's okay. We will continue onward. And there's going to be a loading screen here. As it loads in the next level, but we're still doing the same mission. We can stay at the prison, go to the sewers. So a lot of the maps within the game, they're sort of a little bit sort of hub-like, so you'll get some areas from which there are multiple exits that lead to other independently loaded areas. Escaped Coldridge Prison with the help of hidden allies. If you reach the Wrenhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next move. So that's what we've got to do, get through the sewers. And then this mission will end. And we will stop this video and take a break.
He used some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
See, already words got around that I used explosives to get out. That word travelled quickly.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Okay, so back here there's a little swarm of rats. And when rats are swarming like this, they are deadly, and they sort of home in on the nearest warm-blooded, still alive life form, which in this case is me. So it's triggering the little sinister violin strings to warn you. Deadly rats taking an interest in you. So we don't want to go in there, otherwise we'll get torn to shreds. So I'll show you what we're going to do. Corvo, if you're reading this, means that our plan works and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear, find Samuel where the tunnels dump out into the river, and he will bring you to us. Okay, so let's so we can actually get up here, let's eat some food, get my health up, as represented by the red bar on the top left. I've got the HUD configured to fade the HUD elements out when they've been displayed for a while, because normally you can have this screen I mean, you can have it really ugly. You can... Yeah, you can have the health and mana gauges permanently displayed, objective pop-ups, focus highlights, which any objects in the scenery that you can pick up and they will glow gold. Pick up logs, contextual icons, player stance, whether you're sort of crouching or not, objective markers, sort of showing you where to go, grenade markers. So we turn most stuff off apart from the awareness markers. Those little, you know, the little prongs that appear above the guard's head when they are aware of you. I mean, that's useful information to have on. You can play with it off if you want, and you can rely on the sound. And heart markers, we haven't got to those yet. I will show you what they are much later. What else have I got on? Oh yeah, tutorial. It just shows you which buttons you need to press at the start of the game. Interactions. All those things when you're like at a door or something, and it'll, you know, we're here to show interactions. You can turn those on and off as well if you want, but I mean they're useful enough that keep them on. But yeah, otherwise I keep most of the HUD stuff off. As you can see, I've got a nice clean HUD-free screen. Yeah, there's the rats below. They're going to sort of follow me wherever I go. Yeah, so that's what rat swarms do to you if they get too close to you. Or like piranhas. Don't think it's actually possible to even get in this room down below. I mean, there are doors either side, but I don't think you can ever open them. See, there's the other door there. It says it's unbreakable. Some doors you can whack out long enough and it'll break them open. See down here. There's a little rat swarm on the other side. But there's this body between me and them, so while they're preoccupied with their snack, we'll carry on past. Do some swimming here. Lovely water. Oh, we have a journal. Damien's journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we need. Even that's all gone now. There's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick. There's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district. So we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city. There's the poor couple there. Ran out of elixir and died of the plague. Yes, I must have played this game through to completion about, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Probably got halfway through it another sort of 3 or 4 times. Definitely is up there, one of my favourite games of all time, I think. You know me, very much a fan of stealth games and of System Shock-like games. Okay, open this red door. Oh, the corpse is blocking the wheel. Anything down here? It's always worth having a little nose around all the nooks and crannies. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this sort of first level, when I said I'm including the sewers here and the prison we just did, you see, it's fairly linear. We're only sort of moving in sort of one direction, really, which is sort of forwards. There isn't that much really side areas to explore, but that all changes as you get onto the rest of the game. The level after this really does sort of open up in that respect. So if you're sort of looking at this now, thinking, well, this doesn't seem very System Shock-like. It's very, very linear. Yeah, this first sort of level is, but it's just to sort of ease you into things, really. Lead designer on this game, Harvey Smith, was also lead designer on Deus Ex. The first Deus Ex, that is, for this.
Aren't we supposed to load the
The disposing of corpses in the sewers.
That's too far.
Yeah, you can definitely see shades of both Thief and
Doesn't the elixir
Deus Ex in this game.
Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Okay, so we have a little environmental puzzle here. We've got a gate over there. I was just seeing if I had a zoom key. I know I do once I get a mask. How do I put my... Oh yeah, you can stow your weapons. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a puzzle here. We've got this gate at the back here that needs to be opened. In order to open it, we need to turn the crank wheel that's there, but obviously there's this rat swarm in the way, so we need to make use of these dead bodies that have been deposited here. Yeah, fine. It's like the floor is lava. If you're on here too long, the rats will come and try and get you. Okay, so pick up one body and throw it there. Okay, a little bit. Let's throw it there. Oh, come on, rats. That was close enough. Okay, so there they go. We can... just enough time to turn the crank. I've never really stopped to see if there's any other little goodies in this room. Is there any coins or anything? Guess not. It's...
Watch it, more coming in.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Yeah, they have, they don't do this often in the game, but every now and then there'll be like a little rope chain thing to climb, which, the mechanics are a little, awkward. Same as they were in Thief, come to think of it, but, thankfully you don't get many opportunities when you have to do this. Okay, so we've got to be careful here because now it's going to introduce us to some traps. We head over here. See, there's a little tripwire here, and if it's tripped, back up here, there's a little box with a sort of projectile in it. So when this trips, a projectile up there will fire in this direction. So if I move into it, it'll trigger. I can manually trigger it, as you can see, by pressing X if I wanted to, but I'm still standing in the path of the projectile here. So if we come around here, and there's also one back here as well. There's a little projectile box here, which sort of a little disguised because it's in silhouette against the light here. And you also got another tripwire. So what you can do is get out of the line of fire of the projectile and manually trip it. Although I think sometimes some of the projectiles are explosive, so you still have to be a little bit careful. What you can also do, which I'm going to do here, you can get to the projectile box here and you can disarm it. It's disarmed and we are in possession of whatever was in there. I don't think we can see it in our inventory because we don't have the right weapon to fire it. So if I go back down here and trip the tripwire, it's safe because we dismantled the box there. We can do the same, or can we? Yeah, we can do the same here as well. Drop down there, disarm it. We can trip it harmlessly there. Yeah, so these elixirs we're carrying. You can look on the bottom right there, we've got 5 of them. You use those to refill your health gauge, basically. And later we will get a sort of mana gauge when we have access to magical powers, which we don't have yet at this stage of the game. Okay, greetings Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel, near where these tunnels split into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck. We share a common purpose. So here we go, we've got our little assassin's kit here. Got a little crossbow. And we've got our little folding sword, which is a... So we have a weapons wheel here where we have access to these. So the crossbow has crossbow bolts and sleeping darts and incendiary bolts, and when I hover over one of these I can press one of the directions on the D-pad and assign it to the D-pad if need be. Actually, let's do normal bolts there, sleeping there. So I press the D-pad now, it sort of quickly switches. Okay, let's continue onward. Loot. Okay, I've got to be careful here because there's a another little tripwire. And the little thing is over there. Oh yeah, there is a way to get there. It's telling us to press B to slide while sprinting, which is doing that. So I'll slide underneath the tripwire. Okay, we're just about to get to an area where, you know, it's been gradually sort of introducing us to various mechanics of the game one by one. The little rat swarm, environmental puzzles, little tricks and traps. But now it's going to throw some dealing with some human enemies at the same time. Jelly share. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? You want your share? You'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back next month. So there's a safe here. We don't know the combination yet. Although there was a little hint in that message, look to your whiskey. But if you're like me, or other sort of players of System Shock type games, first time you ever get to do a combination log, of course you're going to try 451, which just so happens to be correct answer. Some goodies in there. Close that. And this is where the code's actually hidden here. Back here, see there's a little sign that says whiskey. There's some whiskey bottles. You can just about see it when you're back here. Little note said look to the whiskey. If we remove these bottles, there you can see 451 is written in chalk on the back there. Okay, continuing onwards, just do a quick save.
He won't get past me.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Okay, so now we've got some
Smells like a dead...
slightly more intelligent enemies to deal with. And this one's here, yeah, the drop assassination tutorial, which we've already sort of put into practice.
Seen anything scary? Another night, another patrol with you.
Hey!
I don't know if it's possible to get back up there after drop down here. We had our blink ability, which we don't have yet. We would be able to. I'm sure there must be a way, because when you get to the end of a level, you always have an option to go back and explore the level or continue. Yeah, we don't even have a double jump yet. There's probably a way to do it, but We don't need to concern ourselves right now. We're trying to escape, not go backwards. Okay, so we're up here. So, in Dishonored 1, the... excuse me. Yeah, the guards in Dishonored 1... Oh, I was going to say... I was about to say they don't have much vertical awareness, but then he just proved me wrong there. Maybe I made a little bit too much noise there or something.
We know you're here, and we'll find you. Nasty furry filth. Check everywhere.
Yeah, I must have made some noise, because you can see now they're not really noticing me up here.
Won't stay hidden for long, you little bastard.
But in Dishonored 2, they have a more acute vertical awareness.
Please, not now.
Assassin, help! Get around it! Damn you!
Okay. Yeah, because normally I'd can I jump up here? Normally you can get through this area just by sort of staying on the pipes up here. And then that's where you've got to go down there. But there is a little side room here. Get up there. Just got a few little bits and pieces. Notes from a hermit. There we get out pretty much the same way. Oops. Let's forget about those. Way we came in. Yeah, even when you're standing up here, they don't really see you when they're down here, but that might be as much to do with the fact it's in the dark here. Yeah, so normally you can sort of drop down here and sneak around this side to make good your escape. Okay, let's do another quick save. Yeah, so unless you're going for a perfect stealth run through, sort of the way I like to play the game, just try and play it stealthily, but if things go wrong, I just sort of roll with it. There are some people who would just reload the game if their plans went wrong. I like the fact that the game does give you room to improvise if your plans go wrong.
Several brave officers of the state are dead.
Okay, so we're getting to the end of the map here.
At any cost.
Corvo, over here.
Is our contact?
Friend, I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here, I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man, let's go. There we go, that's the end of the first sort of main mission here. So you get some stats. Hostiles killed, 10. Civilians, none. Alarms rung, none. Dead or unconscious bodies found, 3. Overall chaos level 3, high. So the game keeps track of, you know, sort of how many people you kill. If you end up being a little bit too brutal, you'll get a high chaos rating. If you remain fairly stealthy, it gives you a low chaos rating. And at the end of the game, there's like a low chaos ending and there's a high chaos ending. And I've played it both ways, so I don't particularly care what's going to happen in this playthrough. Like I said, I try to aim for low chaos, but I don't mind if it tilts high. So you get, if I switch to the mouse here, so you get a little rewards for not killing anyone and for ghosting, never being detected. Special actions, we discovered the Hermit's Room, the open Jelly's safe. I don't know if there's any more there. There's no runes, bone charms, shrines, or Sokolov paintings on this level. And we found 865 out of the 1010 coins. Well, most of the stuff that was in the level. Okay, so I'm gonna end this. We'll do this with every video. We'll play through a full map and we will end the game on this stat screen here, and then we'll pick up the next video